Okay, thank you very much for that handover, Black Bart Pyra. It is, in fact, the longest minute of these teams' lives, being that it has been nearly 4 minutes at this point that they've been staring at each other and trying to decide what they're going to do. I am here once again with Chad. Before teams get underway here.
We are seeing the drone comp that we've been seeing most all day today with the Dami Merm Navy, Stratios, Exec, Magus, and Vengeance. So we're gonna see how this plays out.
What are you thinking here? I'm actually going with the Center for Advanced Suffering team with the Typhoon, which looks to be rapid heavies.
Yeah, I'd like to go for them as well. No bias, scrim them. Great team, great guys. But I definitely think this is going to be an all-out brawl, even though that we don't want to see that from a drone comp.
Center for Advanced Suffering running away and really trying to make their positioning work as they... Center for Advanced Suffering diving in as the Purjola Strikes Back team dives away and drops those wardens and those curators, those sentry drones that we are seeing so much today. Sentry drones really turning out to be far more of a meta in this competition than I think we'd necessarily expected.
That Dominic's getting punked.
Wow. That Dominic's going down is going to drop like 5 sentry drones plus a bunch of extra utility, and there he goes. He is really going to be crazy. We're also very much hearing about Vesper EC600s on the Execra from Purjola. Sam Punisher potentially not able to lock as he has at least 2 flights of EC Hornet or Vesper drones on him, just jamming him out. He can only lock the drones.
Exactly. They're also with the Kitsune on grid. I know the Dust was talking about how ECM hasn't been very worth its while in this tournament, but it seems like it really helped them get that Dominic's down fast.
Yeah, I mean we are seeing the scythe of Aben Farrell really struggling to hold here. He's about doing okay, but he is at something like 40% armor and slowly chunking through his shield as people come into him. But meanwhile, Skykiller Russian just dropping straight through his armor. 30%, 19%, 14%.
He looks like he's going to go down before this fight.
If they can trade a Dominix and an EOS of any sort or a Myrmidon, of any sort for a Scythe, that is a trade you are willing to make. The Myrmidon Navy goes down, the Scythe goes down, but Battleship, Battlecruiser still up on this Center for Advanced Suffering side versus Cruiser and Logi for the Purjola Strikes Back team.
Exactly. If you look at those defense bars right now as well, there's still a big beef amount of defense for Center for Advanced Suffering and control and attack compared to the other team.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's much that can be done here, especially as we see the Cyclone Fleet issue, the Caracal Navy issue, and the Jackdaw of Center for Advanced Suffering just circling that Stratios of Faffy Waffy as he dies. They're going to have to reposition. It's going to take them a minute, but I think we've seen what we need to see here.
All the DPS ships are exhausted currently. You're down to a Vengeance and a Magus. That's not going to really be able to break much other than maybe a Kitsune or a Jackdaw. You're not going to be able to break any of their top-end tanky DPS ships.
Yeah, we're seeing the Cyclone Fleet and the Typhoon try and chase. It looks like they're trying to chase the Execra for some reason. I don't necessarily understand why they wouldn't go for the Magus that is also diving in the same direction as they are. Cyclone Fleet issue potentially changing directions now, but either way, I think this match has been decided, potentially was decided by like the 4-minute mark. This was
I think it was decided before that. When that Dami went down, it melted. I got the gist that it felt like their ships were not tanked as much and more prepped for kiting and E-War, and it just snowballed into every drone bay ship trying to kite, getting caught by these fast Caldari Rush ships and melting just as fast.
Yeah, I think you've got a very fair point here. We are hearing that Purjola Strikes Back will play the winner of our next match, which will be aggressively mid-tier versus Mechanical Assistance in Destruction. That will be a best of 3. There will be a decision made in the next match or so. But yeah, very, very
looks like
well
they
played,
might take
everybody.
down this Jackdaw, but that's not going to be doing anything except for making it not a perfect match besides their scythe loss.
If they kill the Jackdaw, they've traded a Jackdaw for a Magus. The Kitsune seemingly taking a bunch of damage as the Execra makes a micro jump play as well. Like we are seeing still.
As we see, it's just slow play at this point. People shooting each other with the little bit of DPS they have. I don't think we're going to lose any more ships here for Calcif, but could be wrong.
Yeah, these teams are not giving up, but equally these are just slow movements towards the end as we go. We see the Vengeance die, and the final thing is going to be that wonderful. It is the really interesting thing for me about this match. Center for Advanced Suffering have managed to dominate this match without killing Logi. The Logi is the last ship to die, and that is unusual in this format. Normally we are seeing Logi trades or early Logi kills that allow people to snowball. The fact that they've managed to kill everything but the Logi, I'm really interested in that. What's going on there? I say what's going on there as it dies, and we get to a point where at 3.5 minutes remaining on the clock, we pass this back to the desk to analyze a bit further.